I think my mic was a little low.
Give me the cash! Make it quick!
Not so fast, criminal!
Who the hell are you?
I am the ambassador of love and justice.
Wow.
Captain Eagle. No crime will be tolerated on my watch.
Yes, we have a superhero in this game.
You masked freak! I'm gonna shoot!
Kinda like, great. Now I gotta go boost the volume of the recording, the audio narration before
Sir,
this.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
I apologize for the mess. Please allow me to help fix it.
With sparse change, made of mostly pennies.
Hey, wait! This isn't gonna cover the damage?
Finally, someone comments on the fact that superheroes deal damage to property. Alright, next up on the list would be Forensics first mission. And since Forensics actually takes a while, this is going to be the last bit I'm going to record for the night. Start the episode. After this was, orthopedics and endoscopy. Okay. This will be the last bit I record then.
We've received word about you. Miss Kimishima, is it?
Good. This will make things easier. Where's the victim?
He's over here. This way, please.
Victim is Dennis Taylor, 30-year-old male. Neighbor called in the fire. The fireman found him. The knife in his hand matched the cut wounds. Probably suicide.
Probably.
Huh. What's this?
Oh, that's where the fire started, likely before the suicide.
In the side panel, there's an ominous glow around a
Miss
cell phone.
Kimishima?
And there it is. Oh. Here the Wiimote will speak. You're supposed to put it up to your face like it's an actual cell phone, but let's see how well it records on the mic. Not the greatest speaker ever, Nintendo. But hey, this has motion control, so I can't complain. Come to think of it, this is the only 7th gen controller to actually have a speaker. Built in, I mean.
Are you feeling all right?
This was murder. Send the corpse to CIFM immediately. I'll examine it. I want all finger and footprints found in that room. If you find anything, contact me directly. I'll be at the lab.
I don't think it'll be really a direct contact since they go
was
through
that
the little
about?
guy.
Well, she does work at the forensic medicine laboratory. Supposedly, she solved a lot of cases for the FBI.
The FBI?
That's right. That means we need to keep out of this. Come on, hurry down to the car for the fingerprint powder.
Thank you. From what I recall,
right away.
or what I've learned from Phoenix Wright or Ace Attorney, whatever you want to call it, is that the police can be real idiots when it comes to crime
Let's begin.
scenes.
This is Dr. Naomi Kimishima, ID 422194.
Detective
little
Gumshoe,
guy.
anyone?
Tell me what we
Not
know
her.
so far about this.
Oh, right. The victim's 30-year-old Dennis Taylor. At 3:30 p.m., someone in the same building reported a fire. The firefighters found the body in bed 20 minutes later. He had a knife in one hand and a deep wound on his wrist. The door was closed and chained. It's being ruled suicide.
Nonsense. Is that your personal opinion or your FBI training?
fitting explanation.
I thought people learned when they grew older.
Doctor, what do you mean by that?
Let's begin.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Show me how this life's flame was snuffed out.
Let's go. I like this song. It's like a remix of Hope Hospital from Second Opinion and Under the Knife 1. Okay. So, first thing we gotta do is go to the examination room. Huh? What do we got? Oh. All the information you get is going to be on your computer here. We don't have too much information, actually, so... Oh, wait, no. We're forced to go look at it first. Saving the game works the same as diagnostics, so let's go to the computer. Okay. So, these hint cards is what your information. It's basically your evidence, like in Phoenix Wright, or Ace Attorney. I'm just gonna call it Phoenix Wright. Okay, so what they're telling us to do is just get a piece of evidence analyzed. We drag this and give it to the little guy, who has a me. You know, I actually made a little guy me right before I started recording. Okay, so he's asking if it's the knife that's in the corpse's hand. Like, what else? Now we just gotta give him some time. Now that that's done, we can leave and go to the evidence. Oh, it's a mouse cursor! Sorry. Okay, same as diagnostics. Point to the door, go, and choose where you want to go. Wow. They give the screenshot from Forensics Mission 2. Okay, let's go. Evidence room. This is where you can check out the personal effects, which is what the victim was wearing, or the corpse. Let's go look at the corpse first. Alright. Base, yeah. Use the analog stick to move about the corpse. No, you're not going to get to see any kind of explicit and anatomical details.
This wound on the wrist
this game is
believed
rated
to be
T.
the cause of death. Even though this looks like a self-inflicted wound made with a sharp knife, there's something unnatural about it.
This one is... Oh. Answering quizzes. Pick an answer. Then hit OK. If you get it wrong, you get a miss. Exit if you can't figure it out now. The answer here is no signs of pain reaction. No bleeding is ridiculous. No signs of healing is also kind of ridiculous, because if it's a suicide, then there'd be no chance to heal. And a slashed wrist isn't fatal. That may be true, but it went deep enough for that. So no signs of pain reaction. I mean, it's one clean cut.
That's right.
Like, that's not right.
There's only the one wound on the wrist.
For a suicide, at
A
least.
single slash, deep enough to reach the artery. No matter who it is, pain is an immediate response to a cut. No one should be able to make a single cut this clean and deep without flinching. I can't say this is proof of homicide, but I can't ignore this incongruity.
Okay, now that's not the only thing here that's wrong. See, we also have this finger right here.
There's something odd about the index finger on the right hand.
Quiz time. It's a fracture. Yeah, it's a fracture. It's a lot easier to tell on that evidence card.
We can't say what's wrong with it for sure until it's sent in for analysis, though.
Okay, there should be two more things to look at. This little star-shaped
A bruise?
bruise here.
It's oddly shaped, though.
Oh, it's a flower-shaped bruise. It's more like a star to me. And finally, the red eyes. Red spot in the eye. Staring right at me, what? Can't tell about the pupils, and
Yes,
those don't
there
look like
appear
tears
to be
to me.
spots of hemorrhaging in the eyeballs. This isn't a common condition. Perhaps I should ask Little Guy about it.
And when she says something like that, you're basically done with whatever you're looking at. No, I clicked exit. Okay. Oh, so we don't get anything off the personal effects right now. Okay, now we go back to the... talking about the evidence. Let's go check out the evidence now. Let's go. Oh, look. Little guy wants to talk to us. Whenever you see that, and or you hear the little baby babe, right, like on the screen before the computer, go to the computer and point at this. Little guy will have something to tell you.
Dr. Kimishima, the results of the examination of the knife have come in. Let's see. The knife itself is a cheap common brand sold all over the country. It'll be difficult to locate where the knife came from. The blood left on the blade matches the deceased's. Only his fingerprints were found on the handle as well.
I see. At least one thing is clear now. That is...
the knife cut Dennis. Clearly the knife was used. It's not suicide because of that pain wound thing, and how is this gonna help us at all, really? And this is becoming closer to becoming solid evidence, as the game calls it. What is that? I will explain it as soon as we get one. Knife is now deadly knife.
Yes, this knife is believed to have been used to slit the victim's wrist. Even then, we can't prove that unless we compare it to the wound.
Okay, so now we gotta fuse hint cards. Basically, grab a card with A and B like you're grabbing some with the forceps, and drag it onto another card. If it's right, then the cards fuse together. Little interesting thing about that. Look, we grab this, we put it on this.
The shape of the knife blade corresponds with the wound found on the wrist. This means that...
Oh, you also have to answer a question, most likely. The shape of the knife wound matches the wound that the knife was used on his wrist. Funny thing, those two cards fusing together like that, this whole system right here was inspired by this. And or this. And yeah, that's actually kind of interesting to me. I was like reading on the
an open and shut case.
developer diaries, and I found that out.
Then again, this all seems a little
pretty cool to me, actually.
For me.
I would use footage from Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne if I had it. Ah well, I guess Persona 3 and Devil Summoner 2 will do. Oh. I don't know. Random guess right there. So, he can't analyze this bruise. Oh wait, he can analyze this finger.
His finger is fractured. Can you send me the details? Get an x-ray performed as soon as possible. Oh, and I have one more piece of good news, Dr. Kimishima. I've received a recording from HQ on witness's account.
Great, that will be useful. Who's the witness?
It's the deceased's neighbor. We've asked her some questions about the day of the incident.
Perfect timing. Maybe we'll be able to use her account to determine when the fire started.
Now we have the voice recorder accessibility.
I'll send the data over to you. Please check it using the recorder in your room.